I mean, maybe you guys, nobody we play, he's not going to be under the radar of any of them. I'll guarantee you that. Is that Albert Huggins? What's up, Huggy? What's up? What's up? What's up, Huggy Bear? Can you get a 6th year? We could use you one more year. I mean, I know you're busy.
Nah, man. But nah, though, last year the D-line was so deep, man. How much are you gonna miss those guys? Even though I know you got more guys coming in that can take their place, how much are you gonna miss those guys?
Yeah, that's a great question, Huggy. I had a great meeting with your D-line coach, by the way. When I was out in Houston. I'll fill you in on that. But as I was just saying, I think we can replace talent. I think we have really talented young players, but replacing the experience, the knowledge, the nuances, the game within the game, there's no greater teacher than experience. And those are the things that you just don't replace. You have to grow into that. And, some of it you just got to learn as you go. But I do think we've got great talent, and we've got some guys eager. We're just not as deep. We've got good depth talent-wise, but we don't have experience depth, whereas last year just the opposite. I mean, we're rolling NFL guys in there. I mean, you got Dexter and Christian and Huggins, and I mean, these guys these are veteran guys and just experienced. And now you take Niles out, and there's a true freshman walking on the field, and he hasn't played a snap. So just a different type of experience, but really talented. We just got a lot to teach them, but no different. Those guys were all freshmen too at one time. They were all young bucks, and they all hung in there and did pretty good. See you, Huggy. I need a hug from you. Yeah. Garrett won't be back. I'm not sure he's decided 100% what he's going to do as far as military and all that, but he's not. He won't be back playing football.
But did he get banged up some summer?
He did. He's doing good. Yep, he's doing good.
Coach, last year you had the luxury of 3 veteran running backs, and then you had Dixon as well. With losing Tavian, what does that mean to the depth of the running back position?
Well, I mean, it's a big loss. I mean, he's 3's better than 2. It's kind of the way I see it. I don't think you can have too many great backs, and he was a great player for us. But you just got to look at it as a senior. I mean, he did graduate. He's going to graduate. So senior moving on, you got to replace those guys. And we're very fortunate that we've got young talent. Linjay has got a chance to be. I mean, he had great moments last year, but he's going to be a really good player. So I think it starts there with Travis and Linjay, and then we got to figure it out. Darren Rencher's back. We're really fortunate to have him. He'll be a junior and a young man we've put on scholarship, and he's a very productive player for us. So he'll take advantage of his opportunity, and then you figure it out with Ches and Dukes. So see where those guys are, and hopefully, both of those guys or one of them can contribute like Linjay did last year, can contribute like Etienne did as a freshman, like Feaster did as a freshman. So, it's no different than any other year. You know what you're starting with, and that's a pretty good spot to start with Etienne and Linjay and Darian, and then you hope that one of those freshmen or both of them can be good contributors.
You feel like Linjay's done a pretty good job in the weight room?
Oh yeah. Oh man, he doesn't even, from where he was this time last year to now. I mean, it's just amazing. It really is amazing to see how these guys change and mature and develop. I mean, he's a different guy, and that will show. He'll have a phenomenal year.
Trevor and Justin obviously had great freshman years. What do they need to do to kind of build off of that, take another step?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Justin is just he needed to clean up some things technically. He needed to get a little stronger and get his body where he wanted to be, and he has. I mean, he was in a good spot last year, but I think endurance-wise, he hit a little wall. I think, and then he kind of pushed through it and finished well. He started strong, and like I said, it's just a lot. But I think his endurance, his mindset and understanding of the whole year, I think that's the biggest thing with him. I mean, he's worked really hard. He was technically in a really good spot when he got here, but just applying the knowledge that he got from last year, and really, you know, he made some great plays, but it's the things that you didn't see, you know, where as a coach you're like, okay, he's a freshman. We got to be beyond that. Things without the ball. And then from Trevor's standpoint, I think the number one thing was just physically taking another step, and he's done that. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he looks great, man. He's really done a nice job with his body. And the same thing is Justin. He wasn't in a bad place. He was ahead of most freshmen. But now you can just tell physically he's in a much different spot. And then asserting himself as the leader. You know, this time last year he's just trying to get in line and go win a job. Now we need him to be the leader. And so those are the first two things. And I would say the third thing is just from a pure football standpoint. I mean, there's lots of things that we went through the film and critical from a very detailed standpoint, just some footwork things and some ball handling things that we can improve on. He did a great job taking care of the ball. You know, he didn't throw many interceptions, but for me personally, I want to see him make more plays with his legs. And I don't mean, you know, breaking long runs. I just mean extending some plays. And you saw a little bit of that in the spring game, extending some plays because he's dangerous when he can buy some time and you almost get some scramble situations. He's dangerous. And we got guys that you just can't cover forever. And he can put the ball, he can throw the ball left, right, you know, and so there's some explosives there that I think we could take, where I think last year there was a few times where I thought he just kind of hung in the pocket too long, and there were some times where I felt like he should have run. And he got better at that as the year went. And so I just think him making a few more plays with his legs, both by extending the play and creating passing lanes and explosives, and also just take the 5 yards and get down and let's keep moving, and not, you know, just sitting there, because he's so confident in his ability to make whatever throw, and he's confident in his guys. But sometimes, you know, let's make it 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10, you know, by just that little better decision on 2nd down, and take that 5 yards. And so I think that's just part of the process, but he's in a pretty good place. He had a heck of a freshman year.
Trevor talked to you at all about the Manning camp? That must have been
He did.
Fantasy camp for him.
He did, and I actually heard from Peyton, heard from Archie. They both personally reached out to me and really appreciated him coming, and were very complimentary. And I think, and vice versa from Trevor. Trevor he really enjoyed it. It was a great experience for him to be around those guys and have time to spend with, you know, people like that have been there and really you know, give him some good wisdom.
Dabo, you mentioned KJ requested the red shirt last night. Could you kind of take us through again how blown away you were when he came to you with that?
Yeah, and I told his dad that too. I hadn't had many guys in my coaching career that are playing, you know, especially as freshmen, that, you know, he wasn't playing a lot, but he was playing some, and I think would have played more as the season went. But it's really neat to see a young person that have that self-awareness and also have a big picture view, a long-term view of what they want to do and what it's going to take to get there. And but yeah, I think it was after the Wake Forest game, and he'd had a really good game. He had made some plays, and he was just like almost excited. Okay, that's my 4th game, and I got to get in the weight room, coach. You know, I really need power hour. I need to get in the weight. I know the type of player I can be, and I know what I need to do. And I think him looking at Clee and him looking at Austin every day, and he saw where he was just from a strength standpoint. He was like, I want to be ready. I want to be ready this spring. I want to be way further along next fall. And so it was an interesting conversation to have, you know, like I said, with a freshman just getting here who's kind of playing, who's a 5-star recruit and all that stuff. And he's like, here's what I need. I need to get in there and grind in that weight room, and that's why he'll be a very good player because he knows what it takes and he's willing to do what it takes, and it worked out. As I told him in that meeting, I can't. If that's what you want to do, then all right, we'll try to do it, but this just barring no injuries. If we have some injuries, we're going to have to get you back on the field. But if we don't have any injuries, then we'll hold you. And so it worked out great. And he got some good experience. That's what I love about that rule. Here's a guy that got some really good experience and kind of got a taste of it. But yet he was still able to redshirt and get in that weight room and get strong.
And it totally caught you off guard, though?
Yeah. Oh, that totally caught me off guard. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. That was totally came from him.
You mentioned
Have you ever had